Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Dear students, today is the first lecture of our second semester pharmacology, and the first topic is the attacquites. Today we will discuss what are attacquites, its introduction, its classification, and its role. So let's start with the introductions. That what are the attacquites and where this terms comes from. The attacquite terms was derived from a Greek language. It is the combination of two words, the artos and the akos. Artos means self and akos means remedy or the healing, means arthropy, the self-therapy. Our body heals itself through these chemicals. These chemicals are known as the attacquites. These attacquites are formed in various tissues of the body, generally act locally at the site of the synthesis. They act like local hormone and differ from the hormones. So keep in mind, these are not the hormones, these are the attacquites. They act like a local hormone. They are synthesized and act nearby tissues or nearby cells in the same tissue. While what are the hormones? Hormones are produced by a specific cell, which are mostly endocrine cells, and transported through the blood circulation to a distant organ where they exert their effects. But this is not the case with the attacquites. They are produced in the same tissue and exert their physiological or pharmacological action in same tissue. This type of signaling or this type of phenomena is known as the paracrine. If you might remember, in our first year physiology class, we discussed the cell signaling, type of cell signaling, in which we discussed about the autocrine, paracrine, endocrine. So paracrine signaling is type when the chemical messenger is produced in a cell and exerts its effects in nearby cells. The chemical messenger will not travel through the blood circulation in the same locality. So act on the same locality in the same region, metabolize in the same region. They are the perfect example of the paracrine signalings. Now come to its next part, that is the classification. How these attacquites has been classified into different classes. The basis of this classification is its chemical nature. So according to their chemical nature, these attacquites has been divided into three major groups. The first one is amine derived, the second one is peptide derived, the third one is the lipid derived. What are amine derived attacquites? Histamine and serotonin, the most important both are. Histamine is the amino acid, histamine is derived from the amino acid called histidine. Histamine is a potent biogenic amine, occurs in different tissues and releases in a free state in a response to injury or any antigen-antibody reactions. So it causes the vasoconstrictions with increased permeability of the capillary walls, or it may cause the vasodilation in certain conditions, which we will discuss in our upcoming class in a detailed how these histamine is released, why histamine is released, in which response histamine is released, and different tissues, what is the action and what are these receptors where histamine binds and shows different reactions? There are three types of receptors for histamine: H1, H2, H3, and we will discuss in our upcoming class. Second one, amine-derived autocoid, is the serotonin. Serotonin is also produced by the blood platelets, the central nervous system, and some cells of the digestive tube. It is also present in the venom and stings. Its role is also the stimulate and relaxes the smooth muscles. Now come to the second topic, that is the peptide-derived autocoids. The first one is the angiotensin. Angiotensin is the part of the renin-angiotensin system. The renin-angiotensin system is the important system in the blood regulation, blood pressure regulation. Angiotensin is also important role in the release of the aldosterone hormone from the adrenal cortex. It promotes the sodium retention by the kidney. Second one is the bradykinin. Bradykinin is the type of the peptide-derived autocoids. It is produced by the salivary and sweat glands, also released from the mast cells and basophils. It is the potent endothelial vasodilator. Bradykinin is the potent endothelial vasodilator and mild diuretic. It is also involved in the mechanism of pain and lowering the temperature by the sensitizing TRP1 receptor. So it has an action on the specific type of receptor, that is TRP1 receptor, which is responsible for the regulation of the temperature. The TRP receptor is one transient receptor potential cation channel, subfamily 5 and member 1. This receptor's role is the detection and regulation of the body temperature. Second one is the prostaglandin. Prostaglandins are the type of lipid-derived autocoids. They are the autocrine and paracrine mediators. Autocrine means those cells which are synthesized and uses for themselves. Means these chemical messengers are produced in the cells and exerts the effect, physiological effect on the same cell. So the receptor of these chemical messengers are present on the same cell surface are known as the autocrine, while paracrine for the nearby cells. So they are autocrine and paracrine mediators. They act upon the platelets, endothelium, uterus, mast cells. They are also synthesized from the essential fatty acids. They are made by macrophages, fibroblasts, leukocytes, and vascular endothelium. These compounds show some significant effect like prostaglandin F, which is a vasoconstrictor compound, while the prostaglandin E and prostacyclin are the vasorelaxant. We will discuss these prostaglandin in detail in our upcoming lectures. So these prostaglandins and autocoids has the important role in our immune responses. Most of them is the inflammation. Second one is the leukotrienes. What are leukotrienes? These are also released by the leukocytes during the inflammatory response. They are also vasoconstrictor and increase the permeability of the capillary walls. capillary walls of the vessels, blood vessels. So leukotrienes are released from the leukocyte. Leukocytes are the type of the white blood cells which are responsible for our immune system. Third one is the interleukin. They are the group of cytokines, also have a role in the immune response, such as the inflammation. These interleukins are synthesized by different cells like CD4 cell, lymphocytes, as well as monocytes, macrophages, and endothelial cells. So come to the last point, last subtopic, that is the functions of autocoids. What are the functions of the autocoids? What are the physiological functions of the autocoids? They shows their different biological actions, including modulating the activity of smooth muscles, glands, nerve, platelets, and other tissues. For example, it's more important actions on the smooth muscles of blood vessels. They contract them, they relax them, they modulate their actions. And second is most important function, it is in the pathophysiological reactions, which are reactions to the injuries. Pathophysiological functions, what are? For example, asthma. Asthma is a type of allergic reactions. So these autocoids are the responsible for the allergic reactions. The asthma is also kind of a pathological condition. To remove this pathology, we have to understand the role of these autocoids in these pathologies. Another is the transmission and modulation, like serotonin work as a neurotransmitter and modulates different functions, which we will discuss in our upcoming class. Thanks all for today's. Thank you very much, beta. Allah Hafiz.